What is going on, people inside the internet machine? Welcome to this episode of Odds and Ends, and today I thought let's take a look at some PlayStation 1 games that absolutely deserve a remake. So I've sort of been sitting on this idea for a couple weeks now, trying to figure out which games I wanted to pick that absolutely could be awesome with a remake. Two came right to my head: Metal Gear Solid and Siphon Filter. I love these games, but you know what? I kind of like them the way they are. They have that PS1 charm to them. Like, the graphics are good, but they're not great. The controls are good, but not great. But yeah, I mean, definitely these games could absolutely use a remake. I wanted to dig a little deeper, maybe find some of those forgotten franchises from the PlayStation 1 era. I love PlayStation 1. I have a pretty decent library of PlayStation 1 games, so it was kind of fun to go through them and go, man, you know what? This game would be an awesome remake. And I know some of you PlayStation 1 fans out there would agree that the PlayStation 1 is sort of an interesting era in gaming. They were able to do new things, but they weren't able to do the things that they are now. And I remember looking at some of these PlayStation 1 games going, graphics on console gaming could never ever get better than what they are right now. But if you have a game on the PlayStation 1 that you think absolutely deserves a remake, leave a comment down below for sure. I love having these discussions. But without further ado, let's just get into the list. Alright, so here we go. These aren't in any particular order. I didn't rank them or anything. I just kind of grabbed them off the stack. But we are starting off hot. The first PlayStation 1 game that I need a remake of. Gotta have it. Need it tomorrow. Squaresoft's amazing RPG, Parasite Eve. With the power of the newer consoles, Parasite Eve would benefit greatly from a modern remake. Yes, Parasite Eve is an RPG, and RPGs aren't everyone's cup of tea. But the truth is, Parasite Eve is the perfect RPG for people that aren't into RPGs. It's not super long, clocking in about 10 to 15 hours. The level up system and crafting systems are simple to understand and won't leave you looking at upgrade menus for long periods of time. Typically, you'll hone in on a few weapons of your choice, level them up, and then you can sell off any of your unwanted gear. The combat is a mix of traditional survival horror meets kind of a top-down shooter, and it's really fun and it plays well. The thing is, Parasite Eve isn't a victim of the time. It still sports serviceable graphics, gameplay, and killer soundtrack. If a remake was done properly, it could make use of these already good elements and make them great. Parasite Eve would also benefit from voice acting. I also think Parasite Eve would breathe new life into one of Sony's best forgotten franchises by introducing it to a brand new generation of gamers. You have to think about the way that games are made today. Parasite Eve could feature extra DLC, new side missions, outfits, weapons, a trophy system. Parasite Eve still has two really cool things that would be an absolute must for a remake. The first is the Chrysler Building as a way to get the good ending. Secondly, back in the day they used to pack in demo discs with some of these games. If a remake were done, it would need to have a demo disc with all of Squaresoft's trailers and all of Squaresoft's demos from back in the day. I think that'd make it an awesome remake, and that is why Parasite Eve is on the list. Alright, coming in at number 2, now if I had to rank these, I would probably rank this game number 1 because I love it so much. It's my favorite arcade racer of all time. Some of you already know what it is. It is Hydro Thunder. One of the best arcade racing games of all time, Hydro Thunder is just another amazing racing game in Midway's collection, which includes the Cruisin' and the Rush series. Hydro Thunder is also the next game in a long line of forgotten and abandoned games from the 5th and 6th generation. Hydro Thunder is perfectly poised to make a comeback. A remake could include updated graphic, enhanced single and 2-player mode, added online mode, leaderboards. All of that stuff would make Hydro Thunder an absolute hit in my opinion. Just think of all the new tracks and boats, old and new, all could be customizable with cool unlockables, maybe even a retro style unlockable graphic mode. You know, that's kind of cool now, just for nostalgia's sake. Online leaderboards, like I said, time trials would make it fun to challenge your friends, and add a few new secret collectibles and special items. I think you'd have a damn good remake on your hands. Hydro Thunder, like I said, is my favorite arcade racer of all time. I remember playing the actual arcade version when I was in the military overseas in Japan, and I was hooked immediately. Addictive gameplay, awesome power-up boost system, shortcuts. There was also a downloadable version on the Xbox 360 called Hydro Thunder Hurricane, which I don't believe ever got a physical release, but I have streamed it in the past. Hydro Thunder deserves to be on this list. It would be an amazing game to have a remake of today, and you can guarantee I would be a day one buy on it. Alright, let's get serious here. You guys watch the channel, you know what my favorite PlayStation 1 games are, so I had to throw this on there just because we never seen it after the PlayStation 1. It was a one-hit wonder that didn't even get a sequel. Isn't that crazy? It is Squaresoft's amazing abandoned shooter, Einhander. In the pantheon of great shooters, Einhander is towards the top of that list. A game that still looks good by today's standards, Einhander is a unique experience. You use your fighter's manipulator arm to steal various weapons from enemy ships. The real treat is figuring out which weapons will absolutely wreck the bosses. Einhander challenges even the veteran shooter player. Sometimes overwhelming you with enemies, sometimes putting you in very tight spaces where you need to be patient. A remake Einhander only makes sense. Graphics that are impressive now would be enhanced to really immerse the player into the levels. Extra levels, secret side missions could be added for replayability. Einhander is a single player game, so a remake could include a 2-player mode and tons of extra challenges like number of enemies killed, beating a level with a certain weapon, bonuses for beating bosses quickly, and even a boss rush mode. Einhander is an expensive game, so a remake would make the game more accessible to people that want to give it a try. If it sells well, we might even get to see that sequel that I've been waiting 22 years for. Einhander absolutely needs to be remade. Alright, so number 4 is actually 2 games in the same series. Yeah, I'd love to see this game come back. It is Crystal Dynamics' Pandemonium. The PS1 era gave way to some of the coolest ideas and most innovative games. Unfortunately, not all of them survived past the PlayStation 1. Pandemonium is one of these franchises. With 2 games on the PlayStation 1, Pandemonium is a 2.5D action platformer, and these types of games were all the rage back in the mid to late 90s. The Pandemonium series reminds me of the Donkey Kong Country series, featuring bouncing physics, collectible coins, branching path, light puzzle solving, those types of things. As you can see from the gameplay though, Pandemonium is in dire need of a graphical update. The remake could be used to tighten up the controls, which are sometimes problematic as the direction you are traveling and the camera not being able to keep up may cause problems when you are rounding corners, entering a new area, or jumping and falling. The game could add extra abilities to the 2 main characters, or even add more characters. For example, the Japanese Sega Saturn featured a unique version of Pandemonium called Magical Hoppers. It featured 2 exclusive characters and anime-style cutscenes. Both would be absolutely awesome additions to a remake. There's a lot of charm to Pandemonium, and it even has a small cult following, which would make Pandemonium an excellent choice for a game that could use a remake. Pandemonium is one of those series on the PlayStation 1 that I absolutely love, and I wish they would bring it back just so other people could experience it. These PlayStation 1 games are getting a lot more expensive, so the accessibility is not there, but I think Pandemonium, as far as a remake is concerned, absolutely a prime choice. Alright, last game on the list. This may surprise some of you. Some of you guys may have never even heard of this game. It is absolutely fantastic, and it is called Assault Rigs. Okay. I know what you're thinking. A boring tank battle game? Yes, but this is an awesome tank battle game. In Assault Rig, you pilot your tank through 40 colorful Tron-like levels while you platform, puzzle solve, pick up gems, and yes, you get to destroy and blow up enemies. But a remake of Assault Rigs would be so awesome. Again, think of the landscape of modern gaming and how these games are actually made. A remake would fit perfectly with Assault Rigs. Sure, you would get the graphical update, more tanks, weapons, all the spoils of modern customization, But with Battle Royale games being as popular as they are, Assault Rigs would be a perfect candidate for this type of gameplay. Even the PlayStation 1 version featured an online 8-player mode, so the game's already been designed for online mode. However, the limitations of the technology of the time prevented the game from reaching its full online multiplayer potential. If you got a single-player game, and then they added the online Battle Royale mode for free, I think this game would be a smash hit. Or if you wanted to go the Mario Maker Minecraft route, you could also allow players to create their own unique levels and allow other players to attempt to beat them. There's a lot of life left in Assault Rigs, and I'd love to see the game be remade and make a comeback. Beautifully done game, and yeah, you know. Alright guys, that is going to do it. Those are my 5 PlayStation 1 games that I feel deserve a remake. What are some of your thoughts? What are some of the games that you want to see CB remade? Leave a comment down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, share on social media. Don't forget to bang that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of your CM Retro gaming goodness. Guys, take care of yourselves, and we will see you on the next one.